All right. Melvin was talking about Brazil. Let's see. Let's see if we can find Brazil on here. So I can hit up Costa Rica for cheap for cash next month. I know you guys like that place. There's some direct flights from Canada. That's cheap. Let's see. But sometimes this isn't always accurate, guys. That's why I have to double check Google Flights. I feel like Google Flights is sometimes a little more accurate, but this is pretty accurate too. I mean, I like Google Flights for accuracy in terms of the price point, but this is a good search tool. Dang, Brazil. Yeah, this sounds about right. Yeah, when I was looking on Google Flights, it's looking about right. Yep. You can probably get real a little cheaper in the 500s. But sometimes that's why it's good to put a tracker because last year I saw stuff for like 300 and something dollars, right? You know, like okay, monthly prices. What was this for? Okay, let's see, February 372. Let's see, is that round trip? Oh, okay, it's probably like oh, okay. So they do it in a weird way. Like see, I got to pick this, and then when can I return? Right? I got to pick when I'm returning. Like, am I gonna return? So that would be 7. But let's see if we do. Let's see February. Can we get a good deal? Can we get a good deal? Nah, it's gonna be about the same. I'm sure. Yeah, it's gonna be 600 something dollars. Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be about the same. Yeah, yeah. So right now, Atlanta, 600 some dollars. You can get some cheap lodging. I like how they do that, right? I think Skyscanner does a good job. If you're just like, man, I need cheap accommodations because your accommodations can add up, guys. So don't sleep on planning for that because your accommodations, depending on how long you're gonna stay, is more expensive than your flight. Your flight just getting your flight is just the first step. Like, okay, I'm committed. Buying your flight is just that commitment contract. Going through with it, you still gotta have a place to stay. You can't be on the street. And for visa purposes, for like countries that have visas like Brazil. Um, so let's see some comments here. Okay, Melvin said Atlanta has a good airport. You can get a direct flight to all the continents minus Antarctica. Fly from Atlanta. Yeah, Atlanta is the world's busiest airport for everybody who doesn't know. I'm pretty sure people watching this, most people may know, but some people don't. So, Atlanta is the world's busiest airport. It has the most traffic, and pretty much if it doesn't go there directly, it'll go to a place that has a stop that'll get you to where you need to go. Like some cities, like you can't even go there directly. You have to go to another city that goes out the way. At least with Atlanta, you can usually go somewhere either directly or it's a stop for most places. So Melvin is absolutely correct when he says that, guys. For sure. So let, let- so let's talk about when to book direct or OTA, third party booking risks. We could talk about that real quick. Let me stop sharing my screen for a second. Let me remove that. So let's talk about that real quick, guys. And Chase, I haven't forgotten about your Cape Verde search. I think you wanted me to search that on here, so I'll do that after I talk about this real quick. Um, Let me just go back. So what so the thing about third party risk is if anything bad goes wrong, guys, it's going to be a hassle to get your money back. You're going to run into issues, maybe cancellations, maybe some sort of fees. You got to make sure you pay the insurance. But when you go through the airline, they're going to take care of you. If there's an issue, most of the time, especially with the international flights, in my experience. I'm not saying don't use the third parties, but I've heard some horror stories. And plus, the reason why I use um, the direct airlines, purchasing through the direct airline and not third party booking sites like Priceline or Expedia like that, is because um for me, you get more bang for your buck. You get the miles. Of course, the pricing is going to be a little cheaper. It's a little cheaper, but you get the miles, which you can also use later to get a free flight, essentially, besides the taxes. And the taxes usually, it depends on where you're going, but it's gonna be maybe a couple $100 depending on where you're going if you pick the economy class, or you might be able to even afford a business class ticket somewhere if you so choose. So that's those are the main reasons why I steer away from the third party sites, because of the whole, if something goes wrong from a logistics standpoint, where like your flight's canceled or some baggage issue, some sort of issues, the airline is going to give you a hard time because they're like, oh, you didn't book with us. You don't want to get into that, like, or they'll say, oh, you have to contact them, and then their agent has to contact the airline. You don't want to run into those sort of issues, guys. So that's one of the issues, one of the reasons why I steer away from it. But I definitely wouldn't give anybody the advice to not ever use them. It's just me personally. I get more benefits of using it. Oh, okay. Yeah. The third party sites like Priceline, Expedia, I've used them before. They're good. They're tremendous with stuff, but the issue is when the airline makes a issue about it. They're solid, but the airline make an issue if something goes wrong and be like, okay, what's your booking number? Oh, you didn't book with us. You booked with a third party. You have to contact them, and then they have to contact the airline. Like, you got to go through extra stuff, and sometimes even contacting the airline directly can be um not the easiest thing. Like, for example, contacting Air France, it's like they just tell you to send an email or something. Like, they don't want to talk to you. Like, yeah, talking to Qatar Airlines, it may take a while before you get to somebody, so that's just my personal experience, right? So all right, let's look real quick what Chase wanted to see. Let's put this back on the stage here. All right. All right, bro. We're gonna look at Cape Verde. Let's see, because this is another cool feature that you got to search. You said Cape Verde, right? I don't know if this is the right airport, but let's see, flexible dates. And this is another thing I like to use. You can see the cheapest month is April, so they say, but you never know. You can get some good deals, like, but that'll come to later. I'll explain that later, how you can find good deals even outside the ranges that like Google Flights will say, or Skyscanner, or Kayak, or any of these other, you know, um, flight pricing search engines, right? Um, so, bro, here we go. Let's see. Let's apply. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on with this Cape Verde stuff. Uh, this don't seem right, but let's look. Let's look. Okay. Is this a one way? It might be one way. I don't trust this. Oh, yeah, I think it is one way. Okay. Yeah. I wish I could do round trip, but it's cool though. Like, sometimes, it's not. When I look at flights, I do look in terms of one ways too internationally, because sometimes if you have some points or something, or if you're unsure when you want to come back, is a good deal, and it ends up being about the same anyway.